It was one of those moments that reminded everyone why we fell in love with the chase in the first place. Wednesday's episode started like any other. Fast-paced, full of tension, and packed with that trademark Bradley Walsh humor. But by the end of the night, it wasn't the fierce competition or clever quiz questions people were talking about. It was a simple, unexpected, and deeply touching exchange that left viewers across the nation smiling through happy tears. The evening began with four new hopefuls stepping up to take on one of the show's toughest chasers, Dara the Menace Ennis. The lineup included Sumitra, Sunny, Tom, and Laura, each with their own dreams, hopes, and that nervous glint in their eye that every contestant brings to the podium. First up was Sumitra, who came out swinging. Calm, focused, and full of quiet confidence, she breezed through her cash builder round with three solid answers. Bradley's grin said it all. "That's how you do it," he cheered, clapping his hands as the audience erupted into applause. It was a perfect start, and you could feel the team's spirits lift. Then came Sunny, just 19 years old, a media production student with an easy smile and that spark of youthful optimism that instantly wins hearts. Before the questions began, Bradley did what Bradley does best. He started chatting. Within seconds, the two were laughing like old friends. They talked about university life, late-night projects, and then music, Sunny's true passion. When Bradley asked about his favorite song, Sunny answered proudly, "Fly Me to the Moon," Frank Sinatra and Count Basie's version. The moment he said it, Bradley's face lit up. "Now that," he said with a twinkle in his eye, "is proper music. Great American songbook stuff. I like your taste." Sunny explained how his love for those old classics came from his parents and grandparents, and that's when the game took a wonderfully unexpected turn. With a shy smile and a bit of mischief, Sunny leaned forward and said, "On the topic of family, I've got a question for you, Brad." The studio went quiet. Bradley raised an eyebrow, clearly intrigued. "Oh yeah? Go on then." Sunny grinned. "Could you say hello to my great-grandma? She's 101 years old, lives in Wivenshay, Manchester, and she never misses an episode." The audience melted. Soft laughter, gasps, and even a few claps filled the studio. It was the sweetest thing anyone could have imagined. Without missing a beat, Bradley turned to the camera, that famous warmth glowing in his eyes. "Betty, hello, darling," he said gently. "I'm sending you all my love over there in Withenshay. I wish you the very best, and thank you so much for watching." The crowd applauded, touched by the sincerity in his voice. But then, as only Bradley could, he added that classic comedic twist. "And Betty," he pointed at the camera with mock seriousness, "whatever you do for your next birthday, your 102nd one, don't let anyone give you the bumps. It'll take too long." The audience roared with laughter. Sunny beamed, shaking his head with delight. For a moment, it didn't feel like a TV quiz show anymore. It felt like a living room full of family. It was pure Bradley Walsh magic, that rare blend of humor and heart that's impossible to fake. After the laughter died down, the game resumed. Sunny, still smiling, gave it his best shot. His dream was to buy a small property in Barcelona, a place in the sun where he could produce music, travel, and live freely. It was the kind of dream you can't help but root for. But despite his optimism, the questions didn't go his way. His cash builder fell a little short, and when it came time to face the menace, the chaser proved too sharp. After a few tense rounds, Sunny was caught and had to bow out of the game. Bradley gave him that trademark pat on the back and said softly, "You've been brilliant, mate, and you've made Betty's week, that's for sure." Tom and Laura followed, both full of energy and determination, but the chaser was on form that night. One by one, they too fell to Dara's relentless precision, leaving only Sumitra to face the final chase alone. At 61, standing solo under the studio lights, Sumitra smiled bravely. You could see the nerves, but also the courage. She answered quickly, cleverly, and calmly, building a final total of 13 steps. Bradley cheered her on every second. "You've done brilliantly, Sumitra. Honestly, that was amazing," he said, clapping with genuine admiration. Even Dara nodded in respect. "You played very well," he agreed. In the end, with 37 seconds left on the clock, the chaser caught her. The game was over, but it didn't feel like defeat, because what everyone remembered wasn't the score or the money or even the final chase itself. It was that magical, heartwarming moment earlier, a moment where laughter and kindness took center stage. As the credits rolled, Bradley looked at the contestants with that gentle smile and said, "That's the beauty of this show. You never quite know what's going to happen." And he was right. In between all the fast questions and fierce chases, the chase somehow always finds time for something deeper. Those little glimpses of humanity that make it so special. Viewers flooded social media that night. Only Bradley Walsh, one fan wrote, could turn a quiz show into a moment of pure love. What a legend. Another added, "I adore how he made time to say hello to a 101-year-old fan. That's what makes him different. Pure class." And somewhere in Manchester, a great-grandmother named Betty smiled at her television, hearing Bradley's voice say her name, perhaps laughing again at his birthday joke. Because that's what it's all about. It's not just trivia and timing. It's people, real people. The laughter, the warmth, the stories that connect generations. That's the secret of Bradley Walsh's magic. He reminds us that television isn't just about what we watch, it's about how it makes us feel. And that night, for Betty, for Sonny, and for millions of fans watching at home, the chase wasn't just a game show. It was a celebration of kindness, connection, and that beautiful truth, that sometimes, even in a high-stakes quiz, love and laughter are the best prizes of all.